A very good evening to all our attendees and viewers who are watching us live on Facebook and YouTube. A very, very warm welcome to all this saga series. Okay, coming to Pick a Book, a quick recap for those of you who are new to Pick a Book. Pick a Book is all about reading and inculcating the habit of reading, research, and presenting the summary of it in our regular meeting sessions. Creating a better world by changing the sense of self through the habit of reading is the vision of Pick a Book. Currently, Pick a Book marked its inspiring presence in four countries: Sri Lanka, India, Singapore, and UK, with over 1,000 readers, 18 plus regions, and 70,000 plus people inspired through our sessions so far, all in just a span of 1 year. So Pick a Book continues to spread its wings across the globe. So, with this, we have come up with a new initiative, a brand of our own called Author Saga Series, wherein the authors can reach their readers and individuals with like-minded interests. Authors can also discuss the key insights of their books, and readers can have this wonderful opportunity to know more about the book from the author herself. So today we have with us Ankita Sanghi, with her wonderful book. So to know a little more about Ankita Sanghi, she is a pharmacologist by profession. After pursuing her master's in pharmacy, she initially worked as a research scientist and a medical writer for a healthcare company. She later explored herself as a creative writer in different sectors. So owing to some emotional upheavals in her life, and she started penning down her experiences, and that made her a proud mom blogger. She has been honored with a gold medal in pharmacology and is a recipient of Rashtrapati Guide Award in her academic life. She is a storyteller by nature and an eloquent speaker by interest. She loves to observe, express, experiment, and learn. Great to know that, Ankita Sanghi. A very warm welcome to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Glad to be here. Thank you, Peekaboo.
Equally our pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you, Swarna.
Okay. So, first of all, let me take this wonderful opportunity to congratulate you on behalf of Pick a Book team for this wonderful big book, and we all wish you a long way in writing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. So, are you an avid reader, Ankita?
Yes, indeed. I read paperback books, I read ebooks, audiobooks, in whatever form I can read, I read. And
Mm,
today, when this question has been asked, I would like to thank my mom for
mm,
introducing me to the wonder of books at a very early age. She's an
mm.
avid reader. In fact, I still remember her how she used to wait for her, favorite magazine that was like Sarita,
Okay.
bi-weekly magazine, and she had a wonderful way of introducing us to books. She gave us handful of
Mm.
comics. I guess every 90s kids favorite, they are Pinky, Chacha Chaudhary, Gillu.
Yeah.
So obviously you can't get away from them. And then another thing she did was, like, if there was a storybook, she used to read one
Mm,
chapter of it and just let it go. So that will
mm.
so that what is the curiosity and interest
Yeah.
was developed, and that made us to read. So probably because of that, I am an avid reader today, and that is how my reading began.
Great to know that. In fact, that is so appreciable by your mother to do that. In fact, that is a wonderful way of doing. Reading should start from the home itself. If
Yeah,
anyone would ask me, that the right way of starting, getting to that habit is from home. So,
yeah,
uh,
I am trying
yeah,
to follow her now.
footsteps is it?
Yeah, she's having.
Great. On that beautiful note, I think, do you think somewhere in the lane, you think, reading somewhere helped you to make what you are today?
Yeah, yeah, of course. I'll give you an interesting incident. Actually, see, writing has been professionally. I've always been into writing. Like, I have been a medical writer
Mm,
in healthcare sectors, and then later content writing, creative writing, always professionally.
mm.
Then, but that was professionally. Apart from that, I always wanted to write fiction,
Okay.
stories. I want to put my imagination and thoughts into words. But however, I do not have that confident because of that preconceived notion we have, like, to be a writer you need to be proficient in English, and
Mm.
you should have highly skilled English language. One day someone gifted me 3000 stitches, book by
Okay.
Mrs. Honorable
Mm.
Sudhamurthy. So
Yes.
there she have mentioned in her acknowledgement one sentence which I remember like heart. It was like, language is but a vehicle. It's the person inside you who is weaving the story. So just
Mm.
go on with the story if you are a storyteller, and the language will automatically fall into its place. So that gave me the required confidence. And next morning, I wrote my first blog, and then there was
Okay.
never looking back. So definitely, books, because of that book, I must say, and of course, all the books, what I am today.
Superb. That's wonderful. Sudhamurti has been a great inspiration for a lot of
Great
people out
inspiration.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and she has
truly,
written that
because
short story, so that all helped me. Okay, and those were the inspiring stories. She's my idol, in fact. So I try. That is where I started. I follow her. I try to follow her as much as
beautiful.
I can.
Great to hear that. Okay, so how did your journey as a writer start? When did you find that spark in you that you can become a writer also?
Um, like I told you, in a way, I professionally was always into writing, but
Hmm.
in books, slowly, silently, I used to write poems, stories, and all. But thanks to Mom Espresso, Story Mirror, these are the platforms where you can express yourself. So
Okay.
I initially started writing as a blog, then Mom Espresso and all. They used to, I was featured in their Facebook page. So there, the views reached, it reached lakhs of people, and then when I got appreciation from people whom I don't know somewhere around the world, someone messaging me that yes, they have been inspired by my blog, then that is where I felt okay, now this should reach to a wider audience. Let it get a bit serious, and then I thought of publishing it in a book format.
Yeah. Great. Okay, so I mean, what is that, and what inspiration you took to start writing the book of this type, where it was about, the collection of short stories and that too, real life stories. So what motivated you or what inspired you to do that? And why did you title it as,
Okay. So my book, as you said, okay, is basically a collection of short stories, right?
mm-hmm,
So these stories are based on true incidents that had
mm-hmm,
either occurred with me or with my loved ones.
mm-hmm,
So, like, one second. So being actually like being an ardent observer,
mm-hmm,
I get influenced by every little thing around me. A
okay,
difference in human nature, behavior, character,
mm-hmm,
culture, all this fascinates me, and I love listening to people's stories. So when
okay,
I listen to them, I have observed that
mm,
every happening has some deep meaning lying within it. Every
mm,
incident, whether happy or sad, brings some learning
true.
behind it. We just need to look into it. So, so those heartwarming realizations is this book is what is this collection of this heartwarming
Beautiful.
realizations. And you asked one more question, na title of the book.
So why did you give the title as?
Okay, this title is based on my first story. My first story is titled as "I'm a Big Girl Now." So in this story, there is a girl
Hmm.
who is entering into her teens, and there is a wedding in the family. And
Okay.
due to certain reasons, or medical reasons, her mom would not be able to attend with her. So she asks her not to go, but she insists, "No, I'll go with my dad because I'm a big girl now." And but there, so she went attends the wedding, and there's some mishappenings occur with her. I'm afraid if I say more, I'll give a spoiler here. So then you see at the end, how her parents support her, and how heart-to-heart conversation between a mother and a daughter saves
Okay.
this girl from carrying a lifelong trauma or lifelong wound in her heart.
Hmm.
So this was my main important story which I felt convey, and that's why from there the title has been extracted. If you read it, you know how apt it is going there.
Oh, awesome. So I'll be waiting to read this book.
Thank you.
It's interesting because it's quite connecting to real life stories are somehow, very easy to connect because
Yeah,
probably, we can see ourselves in at least, few of the stories and few of the experiences, mentioned in the book. So we can actually correlate it because they are most likely the, life examples.
yeah.
So great.
Exactly. People are telling that only. Like when I ask,
Mm,
like many of them are telling the same thing. Like they can relate either to the story or with the character.
character. True, true. Good. So, how many stories can we expect in this book?
There are 12 stories in this book.
Mm-hmm.
It's a short read though, like few are little lengthy, but overall it's a
Mm.
short book.
Okay, good. So, what social issue have you highlighted in this book?
Okay, let me say not just only exactly social issues.
Mm.
So, like my stories talk about people who had courageously fought with the adversities of their life, about
Okay.
people who had conquered their addictions, like such as
Mm-hmm.
smoking or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, there are people who had fallen prey to a vice; they could not come up with that. And
Mm-hmm.
then there are stories about people who had learned a lesson from their life, from the mishappenings. Some are the people who set an example for others. So
Mm.
overall, you'll see that you sail through a divergent emotions when you read this book. There is
Mm.
loss, pain, happiness,
Mm.
adolescence, childhood, innocence, and
Mm.
at the end of the each story, you'll have a message to carry with you
Oh,
after even after you have finished reading the book. Every story gives a nice message at the end. That's based on the true instance.
great. In fact, that is the most important of every story that happens in real life also. You know, out of some incident in life, we have to learn something out of it. In fact, that is probably teaching us something. That particular incident to happen in your life must be teaching you something going further. So great to go with it. And okay, which story is close to your heart amongst all the stories written in this book?
Okay. Actually, I would like to say two stories I like the most. One
Hmm.
is the title story, which I mentioned, and another
Okay.
one is one is Welcome to the World. So it's titled Welcome to the
Hmm.
World. It's a story of a mom and a baby. And being a
Hmm.
mommy myself, I can truly, who can understand a mom better than another mom.
Yeah.
And as I told you, these are all based on true incidents. Of course, the names of the characters have been changed for the protection of
Yeah.
privacy.
Hmm.
But when I heard that woman's story, I was like deeply, it was touched, and it was heart wrenching story. Her
Hmm.
baby was 2 years old, and the baby was diagnosed with some incurable disease. So
Okay.
you feel pain initially, but
Hmm.
at the end, there is something good happening. You feel
Hmm.
relief, you feel satisfaction. So
Okay.
I can't say more than this. Do read this story, I could say. Those are, I love those stories personally a lot.
Okay, great. Superb. Okay, so I mean, do you like to share any story of it with our audience just to create that interest or intrigue?
Uh, I really don't know. These are the two stories I can say. Just other stories are about
Mhm.
women, elderly women. She has that self-respect. She lives on her
Okay.
life on self standards of self-respect. And then I talk about
Hmm.
how somebody can quit smoking through story
Okay,
in that way. Organ
great.
donation. I speak about organ donation here. So,
Okay. So you must be doing quite a lot of research, right? When when you need to write a book on real experiences. So
um,
you,
uh, partially actually, because some of the incidents have occurred in my family or with me and my
uh,
friends. Okay, yeah, of course, then I have to dig deep into it and let things know very clearly, because when you write true stories, you cannot
hmm,
do any creativity. I mean,
mistake.
you cannot do any fiction work over there.
Yes. Yeah.
So
True.
apart from then when I told you, like, I was a blogger,
Mm.
mom blogger. I am a mom
Mm.
blogger. So
Okay.
uh, some of them approached me, and they said
Hmm.
they want to want me to write their
Make
story. So I used to have an interview session with them, and then it went on.
Okay. Great. Good job. Yeah. And any one message that you want to give to our readers from this book?
Mm, yeah, like from this book, if you would say, I would say, see, this is digital India. We are in
Mm.
a digital world.
Mm.
So I agree that social media is certainly very important. You need to be active on social media,
Yeah.
but there is another thing called social media addiction. So I
Mm.
request all my readers to let social media be a boon to the society. Let's not make it a curse to the society.
Yes.
And because I have witnessed one incident, very sad incident.
Hmm.
which I have depicted in my book. The person has fallen twice to this prey to this bad
Addiction.
social media addiction. So this is what I would
Oh,
like to say: use social media wisely, cut out your
okay.
time, and fix everything, and in that way. Save yourself and your loved ones from social media addiction. To every parents out there, I would like to say, save your children from social media addiction. Don't separate them from social media, but just see to
Hmm.
it that they don't fall prey to it.
True, very well said. In fact, that is the need of the hour because especially in these pandemic times, a lot of
Yes,
people,
yeah.
yeah, a lot of people are by force
We have
have
got two
to.
sad news in India about that some game, Firefly, I don't know exactly.
True,
Some
true, true.
teenagers. So that was very sad to me.
True.
After,
That is so so like heart wrenching if you hear those stories. We should treat, ladies and gentlemen. Please make sure you don't get addicted to social media. It's a killer. Just use the technology as a technology that will ease your life. But then using it more than anything for that matter, using it more than require becomes your addiction.
yeah.
So, so wisely, stay away from it. The moment you realize you're getting addicted to it, try to come out of it, in different ways, take help from others, and then stay healthy. So, thank you so much, Ankita. That's a wonderful message put out to our lovely audience here. And that was a beautiful book. In fact, like I've said you, the book reviews are so good, and everybody says that they're quite relatable to their real life experiences as well. So, thank you so much. We so appreciate your time and you coming here on this stage of Pick a Book to share your experiences and knowledge with our lovely audience. And ladies and gentlemen, this book is available on Amazon and as well as Kindle version for online readers. So you can. This is a quick book, so because it's a real life stories, you just can finish it. The moment we started, you don't like to give it up unless you finish the story. So it's a quick book. Enjoy reading. We absolutely love this book for what it holds in terms of the real life stories and experiences and the learnings out of each story. So yeah, so thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, this
Thank you
is
so much. My
thank
pleasure.
you,
Thank you,
Ankita.
Swarnaji. Thank you, Pickup.
Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, that's it from our author today. I'm sure you all must have enjoyed the session as much as we enjoyed doing it. Thank you all in the room and who watching us live. And take care. Bye bye. See you all next week. And we have few messages pouring in, positive messages. Say Neha says, "Wow," and Piyush says, "Looking forward to reading this book." We will be looking forward to you, Piyush, and share your experiences after the reading this book. So thank you so much for everyone, and see you all next week. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Ankita.